Hello everyone. Today, I'm going to share some truly fascinating facts that will leave you amazed and wondering about the world we live in. We'll delve into paradoxes that challenge the mind, nature's mysteries that defy expectations, and historical surprises that rewrite what we know. We'll journey through the realm of the peculiar, the extraordinary, and the downright bewildering. So, fasten your seatbelts and prepare for an intellectual adventure into the unknown. So, are you ready to have your mind blown? Our first fact is known as Pinocchio's paradox. Now imagine our beloved wooden puppet, Pinocchio, boldly declaring, "My nose will grow now." A bit perplexing, isn't it? You see, if he's telling the truth, his nose shouldn't grow, as it only lengthens when he lies. But if he's lying, then his nose should indeed grow. It's a fascinating loop, isn't it? This is what's known as a self-referential statement, something that refers to itself or its own properties. In this case, Pinocchio's statement is about his own nose's growth, which is directly linked to his truthfulness or lack thereof. This creates a peculiar situation, a paradox. A paradox is a statement or proposition that, despite sound reasoning from acceptable premises, leads to a conclusion that seems logically unacceptable or self-contradictory. The Pinocchio paradox is an example of a liar's paradox, a statement that can't be true and false at the same time. If Pinocchio's nose grows, it means he's lying, but if it doesn't, then he's telling the truth, which contradicts the premise of his statement. This paradox is not just a fun thought experiment, it actually has deep implications in the field of logic and philosophy. This paradox was first proposed by an 11-year-old girl named Veronique Eldridge Smith, the daughter of a logician, in 2001. It has sparked many debates and discussions among philosophers and logicians about truth, lies, and the complexities of self-reference. It's fascinating how a simple statement from a fictional character can lead us into such deep philosophical territory, isn't it? It makes us question the nature of truth and deception and how they can sometimes be intertwined in the most complex ways. This paradox reveals the complexities of self-reference. So, the next time you think about Pinocchio, remember, there's more to his nose than meets the eye. Now, let's move on to our next intriguing fact. Next, we have a curious fact about the hobo spider. Now, if you're like most people, the last thing you want to encounter in your home is a spider. And the hobo spider, with its reputation, might be even more unwelcome. But don't let the fear factor distract you from the fascinating aspects of this creature. The hobo spider, scientifically known as Eretigena agrestis, is a common house spider found across North America and Europe. But what makes it particularly interesting is its behavior when it comes to biting. Unlike some other spiders that might bite when threatened, the hobo spider typically bites humans only when it's accidentally crushed or squeezed. This could happen if the spider is hiding in clothing or bedding and someone unknowingly applies pressure. So, you see, the hobo spider isn't out to get you. It's not lurking in the shadows, plotting to sink its fangs into the first human it sees. Rather, it's a creature reacting in self-defense, trying to survive in a world where it's often seen as a threat. When a hobo spider does bite, it's not always a cause for alarm. While some people might experience symptoms such as redness, pain, or even a blister, many hobo spider bites don't result in any significant health problems. Of course, it's always wise to seek medical advice if you're bitten by any spider, just to be on the safe side. And remember, spiders, including the hobo spider, play an essential role in our ecosystem. They help control insect populations and are a food source for other animals. So, while they might give us a fright, they're an important part of the world we live in. It's important to understand the nuances of spider bites. So the next time you see a spider, instead of reacting with fear, consider the fascinating creature before you, just trying to survive in its own unique way. Did you know that honeybees can recognize human faces? Yes, you heard right. These tiny creatures, often just seen buzzing around flowers and producing that sweet honey we all love, have an ability that might surprise you. Despite having brains that are just a fraction of the size of ours, honeybees are capable of performing complex cognitive tasks, including recognizing human faces. Now, you might be wondering, how is it possible for a creature with such a small brain to recognize faces? Well, it's all about how they process information. Honeybees don't see the world the way we do. Instead of seeing a face as a single image, they see it as a compilation of up to 5,000 individual images, kind of like pixels on a screen. They process all these tiny images and piece them together to form a composite image, allowing them to recognize and remember faces. This ability isn't just a neat party trick. It serves an essential purpose in the life of a honeybee. In the wild, recognizing and remembering faces can be a matter of life and death. It helps them identify and avoid potential predators. It also assists them in recognizing fellow members of their hive, crucial for the social structure that is so integral to honeybee colonies. And it's not just faces they can recognize. Honeybees can also remember patterns, colors, and scents, all of which help them find flowers to gather nectar from and navigate their way back to their hive. Their incredible cognitive abilities extend to their communication skills as well. Honeybees use a complex system of dances to communicate the location of food sources to their fellow bees. So the next time you see a honeybee buzzing around your garden, remember, they're not just simple creatures. They're tiny marvels of nature, equipped with cognitive abilities that are truly remarkable. This showcases their remarkable cognitive abilities. Our history fact: the Battle of Hastings didn't actually take place in Hastings. Now, isn't that a surprising twist? This pivotal event, which shaped the course of English history, happened 7 miles away from Hastings in a town now appropriately known as Battle. The Battle of Hastings, as it's popularly referred to, took place on the 14th of October in the year 1066. It was a brutal, day-long conflict that marked the end of Anglo-Saxon England and the beginning of Norman rule. So, why is it called the Battle of Hastings if it didn't even occur there? Well, it's all about the power of names. Hastings was the nearest large town, and in the 11th century, it was common to name battles after the nearest prominent location. This was done to avoid confusion, given that there were no detailed maps or GPS coordinates back then. This epic battle was fought between the last Anglo-Saxon king of England, Harold Godwinson, and William, the Duke of Normandy. The Normans, led by William, claimed victory and changed the course of English history forever. William was crowned as the King of England on Christmas Day, marking the commencement of Norman rule. The battlefield, now known as Battle, has been preserved for centuries. It's a stark reminder of the bloody conflict that took place there over 950 years ago. The town even hosts a reenactment of the battle every year, drawing history enthusiasts from around the world. To this day, the Battle of Hastings remains one of the most significant events in English history. Its impact continues to echo through the centuries, influencing the English language, culture, and governance. Quite fitting for such a historical event, don't you think? After all, what's in a name? Whether it's called the Battle of Hastings or the Battle of Battle, its historical significance remains undiminished. Lastly, we have an incredible story about a swarm of 20,000 bees following a car for 2 whole days because their queen was stuck inside. Picture this: a car moving along, trailed by a cloud of buzzing bees, a sight that would certainly make you do a double take. The queen bee, having found herself trapped in the car, had the rest of her hive in a bit of a frenzy. Bees are eusocial creatures, meaning they live in a highly organized society, and the queen is at the very heart of it all. The worker bees, in their loyalty and dedication to their queen, followed the car, their queen's prison, for 2 days straight. Beekeepers had to intervene to safely relocate the swarm without causing any harm. It's a testament to the loyalty of worker bees to their queen. And there you have it, 5 truly fascinating facts that make you appreciate the intricacies of our world. From the mind-bending paradox of Pinocchio, the delicate nature of hobo-spider interactions, the astoundingly complex cognition of honeybees, to the historical misnomer of the Battle of Hastings and the unwavering loyalty of a swarm of bees. Every corner of our world teems with wonder and intrigue. So stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of our world. Thanks for watching.